Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian, and today we're going to do a full review of the feature film Padmaavat, starring Deepika Padukone, Ranveer Singh. It's our second time watching a film of his. The first one was Bajirao Mastani, also starring Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone. Well, let's get into it, man. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I like this one better than Bajirao Mastani. I even liked
the music,
most of the songs, but there were some that came out of nowhere for sure. Like I didn't like the song about Holly. That song.
I didn't have fucking subtitles. The subtitles went away for all the music.
Yeah, the songs had no lyrics.
For me, I just watched the visuals, so I was like, whatever. So I can't even talk about.
Well, I like when she goes to the court and dances. I just think she's a great dancer. She's like, I just like the way she dances. I like that whole performance. I was entertaining.
It was choreographed well.
Yeah, and then
I like the way he shoots his music as well.
And the one we did a reaction to the music video. Now watching it in context, I actually liked it more than when we did the reaction that you can watch right here. In that regard, I actually I had a good time watching this movie. What did you think of the cinematography? Like
cinematography is great. Yeah. I love the camera movements.
There was definitely parts where I was like, this is definitely a music video director at times. You know, there's a few shots that reminded me of music videos.
I didn't get that at all because I don't know what music videos you watch, because the music videos I watch are not this cinematically powerful. I don't watch music videos other than Indian stuff now. Well, I'm just saying, so like every time there was music, there was no rapid cutting. It was just everything took its time, to the point where sometimes that actually was a bad thing. Like the last fight at the end, there was a lot of long takes, but it just took away the drama, because at that point the tension was built to the point where it's like, all right, literally these two people are fighting, we've been waiting the whole fucking movie, and then it's like super melodramatic and eventful.
The tension for me got cut the second we went to the temple and we saw all of the ladies there, and I knew they were going to kill themselves. Like,
well, we knew that in the beginning when she asked for permission to do it.
Right.
And he says, and he didn't give an answer, but
that was a foreshadowing of what was going to come later on. But right then and there, I was like, okay, we know how this fight's going to end up. Like, you know, regardless of how he does, it's not going to end well. So I feel like there's really never any tension in that fight.
You know, didn't like the characterization. The women were fucking worthless. I fucking hated that. All of them.
What do you mean they were worthless?
Other than Padmavati, the only time you get to see her doing anything is like little plot points where it's like, oh, let me advise my husband to not do this, and then he does that, and then she disappears. No more character development after that. And then, oh, he's captured. Oh, don't worry, I got it. Don't worry, I'm a smart lady. I'll figure it out. And then she does something cool, badass, right? That's 2 hours into the movie. Other than that, those 2 moments. The only other time you see her doing something is the very beginning, because she's hunting. She has no fucking character development. She has the most out of all the women, but like the other queen, I don't know who the fuck that is. What? All the women for a movie that's, in my opinion, supposed to be a film that empowers women, especially with that ending, because she decides to like win by killing herself, which is powerful. There's no development. It's totally. Maybe that's why you enjoyed it. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it too, because it was just a masculine movie. It's just about 2 guys fighting each other.
I don't know if this movie was I didn't see it as a female empowerment movie, and I also
they killed themselves at the end.
I saw this movie.
They get the last laugh. It's about the women.
This was Alauddin's movie. Like we spend more time with him than anybody else. He drove every plot.
Is the movie called Alauddin? No, it's called Padmaavat.
No, because that's the person he's chasing after.
I'm just saying.
He's the focus of the. She's the focus of his. She's the
MacGuffin, which proves my point. How about how worthless she is?
I mean, worthless or not, I mean, she's not the point of the movie.
I'm just saying. You go after what Bajirao Mastani, what they did, where all the women were not supposed to be some like subservient beings. All the women here are. I'm just saying, I didn't fucking like that. I thought it was dumb. I didn't like how they totally beautified all the women too. You can literally see like all the Photoshop that they did on their faces. These women are beautiful naturally. Why do they have to do that so much? That shit bothered me too.
That's the style of this director. Everything is clean and polished. And we saw that in Bajirao Mastani.
I think that's
kind
pathetic.
of his thing.
I think it's pathetic.
I mean, you want realism in a movie that's basically
No, it's not about
fantastical.
I don't want a realistic movie. I don't want to see. I could see her fucking face is so smooth that there's no human on the face of the earth that has skin this smooth. She had smoother skin than Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian has all the fucking magicians working for her. I'm just saying, I was disappointed in that. The assassination plot was the one that we mentioned, thrown in at the last minute. There was no build up to that. Yeah, fucking, he's an asshole, but we never once see anyone conspiring against him. There's never, like, it's just.
Well, but while he was at Chittor, they told him that this guy's already over there plotting to take Delhi.
But you didn't see anything in
the
background.
You didn't see it, no.
You don't see anything build up. For me, this is
But you saw the actions whenever he did something.
There's
people
no
were
intimacy.
Happy about it.
There's no intimacy in this movie. None. Everything is fucking grand, and okay, we need to go to this beat, to this beat, to this beat, and there's no like small, intimate moments that really pushes the characters. I don't know, it's just for me. I enjoyed the movie, but I mean,
I feel like is this that kind of movie? This movie is what it is. People go to see this big epic set pieces, big
fucking demand for more.
You know,
demand for more.
I mean, name a movie that's epic like that where you get that same thing, like
Braveheart.
Braveheart's not that same kind of epic movie.
Well, you just said name one. I just did.
Braveheart's a completely different type of movie altogether. Yeah, there's a lot of people fighting each other on a field.
Lord of the Rings.
I mean, even then.
I'm just saying, you want me to name these movies, I'm naming you them.
Okay. But I feel like...
Even Bajrao Mastani has more personal, intimate moments. It's melodramatic and over-dramatic. And it's like love triangle shit.
And it's only about like, two people.
Look, I'm just fucking saying.
You know?
That we can't sit here... No fucking action. Every time there was action, it was thrown away.
Well, there's
that first battle with the Mongols was so annoying.
That complaint is fair.
It built up this tension, like, oh, the Mongols are coming, and then they go into the sand, and that's it.
There could have been more. There could have been more epic battles for sure.
I don't see what the problem is that everyone's up in arms about.
That's for sure. I saw that too. Well, the movie hadn't even. They had just started shooting it when people came out. So they thought that there was going to be a romance between the Muslims and Padmavati. That's what they thought. They were going to rewrite history and show like this romance between them, and
didn't even happen.
That was
he didn't even get to see her.
That was my favorite part of the movie. This guy did all this shit, and he was driven by, he was going crazy by it, and he didn't even get to see her fucking face. Like I love that. That was great for me.
But I'm just saying, all those people got up in death threats for what, man?
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Stupid. Like watch the movie first before you start threatening people.
And even then, what are you gonna get mad about? Who cares?
Well, we can't speak on that because we're not in that situation.
I can.
We don't live in that. No, you can't because you don't live in that. You didn't grow up that way.
I don't care. It's a fucking movie, dude. These people, I don't.
Okay, but once again, you didn't grow up that way.
I don't care.
You didn't live that way.
Any human on the face of the fucking earth that can get that angry over a movie, they have a fucking mental problem.
Okay.
Anybody.
That's one way of
because
looking at it.
Because it's a movie. Man. It's a movie. You can choose to not see it. You can boycott it. You can fucking stand at the fucking and get mad at everyone else who's going there or whatever. But to go kill someone, not that happened. But it's a movie. It's a movie. Whether it's a play, it's a fucking book, it's art. You don't have to fucking do anything to it. Ignore it. I don't understand. There's just any outrage for this shit. It can be ignored.
Let's talk about the performances. I thought Ranveer Singh was amazing from jump. From the first
cool.
time he was on screen, I thought he did a great job.
There was no real solid character introduction for the Rajput guy. I forget his name. I mean, the first time you see him get shot with an arrow, what a great introduction. Fucking fascinating. I don't have any introduction to Padmavati either. She's fucking a huntress. Whoa.
I mean, I think the big issue was that
they fall in love immediately. Immediately. She shoots her. Oh, your wound's healing. Let me stab you again. And then, oh, now we're gonna fall in love. And it's like, but he already has a queen. And it's like, that didn't get touched upon at all.
Yeah, that was. I don't like. Then I started thinking, was that even his queen?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
That was a little confusing, and I just didn't care after a certain point because they didn't touch.
That's not a good thing.
They didn't go back to her after a while. Like,
which goes back to my point that all the women
that just makes me think we
underdeveloped.
missed a line or something right there because I don't know who she was. I don't know if that was his mom. I don't know if that was.
But either way, no development.
No, it wasn't. But she wasn't a factor in the story either.
But Padmavat was, and she had no fucking development.
What development? How?
She was.
I mean, these are the same things.
What did she do
in this kind of movie?
She just acted smart. She just acted smart.
If you want to talk about like different eras and stuff, any movie like this that has like this like fantastical epic romance, those romances are always exactly the same.
But it's a fucking movie. How many times?
Every movie, I'm telling you, but every movie. If you look at a movie like that from the 60s or 70s, it was the same kind of thing. It just happens. You know?
I don't know. I think that's a weakness. I think that's a poor excuse, especially since I know we both have said that it's a movie. If you're going to make a movie, because we said that in Bajrao Mastani, if you're going to make a movie, do something different. Go out there.
Right, but our issues with Bajrao Mastani was they just threw in a lot of stupid shit. Like,
and I feel like that was this movie too.
I didn't really feel the stupid shit. There may have been lacking shit, but I don't know. I didn't get the leap of faith didn't bother me in this.
You have
one
a slave. You have Sacha Baron
films.
Cohen coming in as a slave, and then all of a sudden they become gay lovers.
Which is weird and never really touched upon, but there's like some odd homosexuality going on there.
Which
or
is
like
fine.
Homoerotic.
I just wish they embraced that a little bit more, because I feel like that was, if anything was taboo,
and cue the
that
comments
was,
about no, they weren't gay. He just was so he was so devoted to him or some shit.
Yeah,
like
that's whatever. He was totally sucking his cock when the camera wasn't on him. I mean, there's no way that they weren't gay, at least in this world. Maybe the real life figures, I don't fucking know. You don't fucking know, and no one out there fucking knows either, because no one existed back then. So he could have been gay. He could have been sucking all the dicks. My point is, he has more development than fucking Padmaavat does.
How?
Because at least you get to see him do shit.
That's not development though. He did the exact same thing the entire film.
He went from. Well, each time he was trying to become Padmaavat to him. He was trying to become his lover, and each time it was like he got to a certain point where he realized that wasn't going to be me, and he even says that. He says there's a line
right. He does.
Like I could give you the love that she would give.
Which I could never be.
Something like that. And then at the very end, he's like, "Oh, send me, I'll greet her." And then he's like, "No, I don't want any woman, because Homeboy's wife wants it." So like there's another woman character who doesn't get developed. I don't know, maybe that doesn't bother you, but fucking bothers me.
His other wife, his first wife, they always cut to her. Whenever he did stuff, there was always
What
her.
did she do?
I mean,
react?
Reacted to, well, you could see there was starting to build up, and she has a line at the very beginning at her wedding that she knew, like, okay, this guy is going to be the end of us all.
Because the dude was hooking up with someone else.
And killed someone at the same time.
I'm just saying.
I think, like, she knew what was going on. She was never 100% devoted to him.
The depth of this movie.
She was just looking for an escape.
Paper fucking.
No, it was. I'll give you that. It wasn't.
It
wasn't a deep movie at all.
For a 3-hour movie with that much fucking budget, I expected more. That's all.
I mean,
for as much controversy as it got, for
the focus on the movie was the visuals, and I feel like you already saw this director before, and
I loved all of that.
The last movie we saw wasn't deep either.
I like the dance sequences.
I feel like he's got this. That's what he does, you know. And at a certain point, you got to be like, okay,
costume's great,
you knew what you were getting into, so you're expecting more out of something. It's like going to a Fast and the Furious movie. You know what you're getting into. You know, you can't expect more. I mean, you could expect more out of it, but if you're expecting more out of it, then you're a fool. That's on you.
I don't know. I haven't seen any, so I can't comment on that. I've only seen the last one and then the first two.
And they're all the same. They get a little more ridiculous, but they're all the same. That's basically my point. Is like I feel like we already told beforehand. People were like, this movie was you know. And I went into it like, okay, we'll see what's up, and it was but I was entertained watching it. I guess that's the best way of putting it, because I realized very quickly this isn't something where I'm going to be rooting or raving about it. Like it's not a challenging film.
But I wasn't. But no, but that's not I reject that completely, because this isn't fucking Fast and the Furious. They want you to take this seriously. There's no point. There's no humor in it, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a complaint.
What are you talking about? There was tons of humor in it.
This is not a fucking over the top, like people are doing like.
No, like, it wasn't a comedy, but Ranveer Singh's character Alauddin did a ton of funny shit.
But it's not supposed to be funny though.
Okay, so when he's waiting for the queen, like, okay, the queen's here, I'm waiting for her. He's got the flower in his hand, and then the king walks in instead, and he realizes it's the king, and he goes and drops the flower. That wasn't meant to be funny. Like, not hilarious over the top stuff.
That's my point. He's not doing.
But he does.
It's not my
point.
But
you're saying it was. What you're saying is you don't think it was supposed to be funny at all. And I think part of his performance was supposed to have some sort of humor.
You're nitpicking at my words. It's not. The point is, it's not supposed to be in the same. The sense of humor in a Fast and the Furious movie is not the same sense of humor as this one was.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Where you don't have lines.
There's not one-liners in it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the type of.
Well, it's not an action movie one-liner thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be taken serious. You're supposed to take the movie serious. At no point were you like, did you not take the movie serious?
But you're also there because of the visuals. That's why you're there. This guy paints a pretty picture.
No.
I don't think people went
Maybe
there
that's
to be
why
completely
you were.
wowed.
I do. I disagree. Otherwise, this movie wouldn't have been popular. I totally resent.
What are you talking about? There's a ton of movies that are popular that we don't like, and we pick on the storytelling aspects of it.
I think that there's a historical part of this film that we don't know. You've alluded to that, and I accept that.
No, absolutely.
And so I'm saying there might be a weakness as a result of adhering to that fucking whatever the shit that was.
So you think that he pulled punches because of all the controversy that was happening before the movie?
No, I think that what you're saying is an excuse for bad filmmaking, and I won't subscribe to that. I reject that bullshit. To say, oh yeah, that's what we expect.
But you like plenty of shitty films yourself.
That doesn't mean they need to be shitty.
But they are shitty. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying that you're fucking arguing for the movie being bad. It's like, oh, well, you've seen his other movie was bad.
No, I'm saying that my expectations were tempered, and I knew what I was getting into, and I got exactly what I thought I was going to get.
What does that have to do with talking about criticism?
Let's talk about the stuff that worked. Like, right off the bat, yeah, the story didn't work. It was the paper thing work. You didn't like that.
I didn't say the story.
But now you're trying to say, like,
the story did work.
How could it have been better?
I was drawn in. I was drawn at the events. But it would have been more fucking interesting if you saw some scheming in the background, if you actually had some characters doing other shit other than just being, let me be loyal. You're going to tell me when the 13th century in this movie existed, the only fucking thing people did was be loyal?
Well, the Rajputs were the only loyal people in this film.
I'm just saying.
We start off the whole movie with backstabbing.
It's a movie that's 3 fucking hours. There could have been some more backstory, some more fucking shit going on in the background. We didn't need to fucking focus on this main dude for the whole fucking time. Why? Why can't we see other things? Why can't it be like a Game of Thrones? Why can't it be like a House of Cards? We have these little underlying things that are boiling up the tension because the main tension worked.
Dude, how many hours do we have of Game of Thrones? That's an unfair comparison all the way.
You get my point.
No, I don't get your point.
I'm trying to illustrate.
You can't compare it to Game of Thrones because now you're comparing 3 hours to what we have, 60, 70 hours?
You could tell me you never can make a fucking movie with a little finger type character doing some backdoor dealing in a 3-hour movie. You're saying that's impossible?
Where was the
Are you saying that's impossible?
Where was the backdoor dealing at?
Exactly, there is none.
No, where would you put that in? You already knew your main villain was doing backdoor shit.
The guy with the long hair. He disappears, and then he comes in, and then you don't see anything else.
The priest,
he could have been
the Brahmin.
He could have been scheming the whole time. The guy who ends up assassinating the dude, he could have been scheming the whole time. At least in Bajrang Mastani, fucking Will Smith's kid was doing something in the background for a little bit. So it's not like the director doesn't know how to do drama. He doesn't know how to sensationalize shit. I'm just saying it's a fucking poor excuse for you to just say, well, you know what to expect.
So you didn't enjoy the film?
I did. I think it could have been better.
So you were like thinking about this stuff the whole time while you were watching it. You're like, why wasn't this happening? Why wasn't this happening? I don't know. I feel like
what I kept doing is I kept fucking pausing and unpausing to see how much time was left, because I was like, okay, let's see where this is gonna develop. Like, okay, do we have time? Because I was like, okay, 30 minutes in, I'm like, all right, I kind of see where it's going. An hour in, okay, I can kind of see where it's going. But we have an hour and a half left, so I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm like, well, because for a good chunk of the movie, Padmavati's not doing shit. I've already said that, and she's not. She's fucking not. I don't care what anyone says. She's not doing anything to push her character forward. She's just fucking not. And then, once she gets captured, there's still an hour and 20 minutes or so left. So I'm like, okay, that's why I'm glad I didn't judge it, because now she's going to start to grow. Now she's going to start to do things on her own. Now she's going to become a queen.
Now I feel like,
and then she didn't do anything.
Now I feel like you're putting something else on the movie that's not what the movie was about. Like, let's go point through point. What happens? The very, very first thing is we see that the Sultan, and then Alauddin's introduced. And he immediately marries his, he has to marry the guy's daughter. And then at his wedding, he fucks another chick and murders someone behind it.
It's his movie, exactly.
Okay, and then we go.
Why couldn't more of that shit happen?
We go to wherever Padmavati's from, and she's hunting.
And it's fucking shitty. And they shoots him.
And then she shoots him.
And they fall in love immediately. And there's no other development for either of those.
He brings her back to the kingdom, right?
The other queen is jealous. We don't know why.
On their wedding night, the Brahmin is spying on them for whatever reason, trying to being a perv. He gets banished. And then that's when everything starts unfolding. Because he goes and meets up with Alauddin, who also, by this time, has killed the other sultan and taken over the throne, and says, hey, the most beautiful woman in the world is in this thing. I'll help you go get her. And that's where the movie starts. And then that's what the movie's about. It's about him trying to get Padmaavat and the other people protecting her and
so
protecting their kingdom.
Literally, he's the only person with character development in the whole movie.
Okay. And
that's not okay.
But all this shit happens like in the first 30 minutes.
I just expected more. I expected more. With all the controversy that was around it, I expected more. And I just don't find it an adequate excuse. Like,
well, it's not that you expected more of him. It's how you're expecting.
I think he should not fucking write his own movies. That's what I think. I think he should find someone else to write his fucking movies because I don't think he can write.
Okay. So you think he's George Lucas?
No. No, because Star Wars, every single fucking Star Wars has more character development than this movie, including the prequels. They all do.
Okay.
So
they're still bad movies. The prequels are fucking terrible. But Daniel was 3 when they came out. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for us. I'm Gian. That's Daniel. Pissy bitch today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
You could have said all the same shit, but the way you said it and the way you started in on it, fucking kind of stopped us at a certain point, and we couldn't go.
But where would it have gone?
It would have been better. It would have been more entertaining. This is going to be a shitty review.
Anywhere I went, you wanted to take back, so it just caused me to go further.
Because I did you watch the movie today?
No.
When did you watch it?
I watched it last night.
What mood were you in? You were in a good mood last night?
Yeah. Like I said, nothing would have changed. Just nothing would have
changed.
There's fucking nothing. Because I wasn't going to repeat. I had no intention of repeating the same shit.
You weren't. One, the way you said it, and two, you were not willing to debate. You were like, "This is how I feel." I'm not.
You weren't willing to debate.
No, not I. Every time I tried to bring up a counterpoint, you're like, "Nope, that's not good enough for me. I don't accept it. That's not good enough." You said, "I don't accept it." Multiple fucking times.
But I countered.
That's proof in the fucking pudding that you had your fucking mind set and you were not gonna fucking waver at all.
I did say that.
Okay,
and I'm not gonna say I didn't. But I countered everything.
Countered what? You had your mind set and you weren't willing to fucking even listen to what I had to say. Like, you weren't even willing to engage.
I don't think you were willing to listen to what I had to say.
I listened to everything you had to say. We didn't have a discussion because you fucking set your feet. You fucking set your feet.
You weren't willing.
You sat down on your punches and you were fucking slugging, bro. You were not playing defense, man.
What was your argument to fucking the women thing? Well, you know, how the fuck is that a discussion?
No, because there's only one important female character, and I don't think she was as shallow as you tried to make her out to be.
She did nothing but be smart the whole time. She was a hunter, and then the dude with the long hair, the priest dude. She answered all the right questions,
and she won. She won. I mean, she died, but she still won. She fucking saved.
But what did she do?
She came up. People were like, everyone was trying to stop her from going out there. She had a plan. Her plan was her plan succeeded.
But what were the intimate moments? Where were they?
There were no intimate moments.
Okay then, no development. You can't.
Why does she need an intimate moment?
She's not a fucking superhero.
She is in this fucking movie.
Well, that's not an excuse for a good character.
It was good enough for me. I don't know. I don't know what you're expecting out of her.
I was expecting at least that fucking the women in the other movie had something to do.
I mean, you brought up Lord of the Rings. You had fucking 3 movies to fucking develop.
And how
these
powerful
characters.
were the women?
There were still 9 hours to develop fucking people, and they weren't like completely developed in the one fucking movie. Like all the relationships.
Because there was no women involved in the Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay, but in the
what
second
women
one,
were there?
You had fucking Steven Tyler's fucking.
And she
daughter.
wasn't developed.
Okay, so then you just contradicted yourself.
No, but in the Return of the King, the only fucking woman in there definitely had a powerful ass moment. The daughter of the fucking dude from Rohan.
Okay. And Padmaavat didn't have a powerful moment in this one?
But she didn't have anything else.
I mean, we didn't even get to talk about that fucking scene where they run to the fire. Like, I thought that was fucking great.
It was. I wrote it down. It was a good ending. But what does that have to... I'm just saying, what does that have to do with...
Fucking take the L, bro. You suck at that, bro.
What?
You suck at taking the L. You fucking sabotaged the fucking review, man. Take the fucking L...
I didn't sabotage shit.
All right, and leave your ball. Don't take your ball and go home.
According to what you said, it was an is
what
it is movie anyway.
When are you gonna fucking realize, dude? You can't argue with me, bro. All right.
That's subjective.
That is subjective, dude. You've been trying to do it your whole fucking since you've known me, and you always fucking end up on the wrong end of it, dude. All right,
who?
You
According
always
to who?
To the fucking world, man.
But if the world doesn't,
because when you say arguments like that, according to who, bro? That's right then and there is you admitting that you fucking lost, but you didn't want to say that you lost.
It doesn't mean anything.
Absolutely, dude.
It doesn't
You're
mean
the
anything.
guy that fucking
unless Jesus Christ himself comes down.
Exactly. Exactly. Right then and there, bro. Take the L. Take the L,
From
dude.
who?
Just take the L, man. You'll
you
grow,
you
man. It'll make you a better person, man.
Like you said, it's a fucking who cares movie.
It's not about the fucking movie.
It is.
God damn, you keep trying to steer it back to the fucking
Because
movie.
it's about the movie.
It's not about the fucking movie, man.
I don't see how it's not.
It's about the fucking review of the movie. Man.
You were not willing to talk about the movie. You wanted to talk about the production
You
design.
fucking railroaded the fucking conversation within the first fucking 5 minutes, dude.
Why didn't you
That's what I'm
talk?
trying to
Why didn't you
tell
want to
you.
talk about anything deeper than the fucking how good it looked?
Because I wanted to talk about the things that I fucking liked, and we didn't even get a chance to do
I
that.
fucking could have saw that the movie looked good.
There's a reason why fucking Jabby has fucking 10 million fucking followers, and we got fucking less than 15. Because at sometimes he fucking bullshits, okay? And this would have been a time we could have bullshitted a little bit. But you didn't want to fucking bullshit.
I don't believe in bullshitting.
Hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian reacting. Today we're going to check out the official trailer for Ranam.